Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We're about 3 minutes away from the start of Edina and Elk River of the Edina Holiday Classic. This is the Tradition Edina Holiday Classic featuring these two fine hockey clubs. So we'll be having the face-off coming up as Dave Buss makes his final rounds on the Zamboni. And we welcome you back to Braemar Arena. The Hornets have just taken the ice, as have the officials. We'll be waiting on the Elks of Elk River, who will be wearing their white sweaters as the home team here during the Edina Holiday Classic. I was told by our producer, Matt Harrington, known as Matty Ice, not to be confused with, of course, the great quarterback, Matt Ryan, that Loudon Hogue could be in the mix for the best set of pads in high school hockey.
Well, he was gushing about him yesterday as well.
I mean, it was real.
That just means that Matt's got good taste, but they are kind of impressive.
He's got the kind of goldish pads. They've been blackened by all the pad saves he's made. With like sort of a, I don't know, a tone. Oh,
he's got a pretty nice
look
match,
at those ears. Sammy Walker's in the house. We are with hockey royalty.
Indeed. Must be a big game.
And it's been 2 years since he's been out of the lineup. Look at Bart Archer's all smiles. Luke Johnson is in the house from Providence.
Awesome.
And you know who else is here?
Who?
Joe Caju.
Yeah, I said hi to Joe.
He has one heck of a trivia question that he's going to throw out there for us, so you better buckle it up because you're not going to know it.
I probably won't. That'd be the consistent theme.
We'll go through the starting lineups for you here. We'll set it downstairs now to our very own Pat Milan. Boy, Bart Archer's just waving to everybody here. It looks like he's on a float.
Big John McCoy.
Oh, where's John McCoy?
He blew you off, Pete. Don't take it personal. I'm kidding.
He said that was the best coach he's ever had.
That doesn't surprise me.
Josh Kozel, kind of nice looking pads too. It's a pad battle tonight. Zach Michaelis will be one of your wingers. Austin Humphrey, these two can play. And Marcus Frittel had a goal last night, that early goal against the Eden Prairie Eagles.
17 seconds in.
Greniak will be one of the defensemen.
Well, Loudon Hogue's numbers are trending the right direction. He's played very, very well for this Edina Hornet team this year. Got his first goal last night.
Yeah, Wyatt Wurst went shelf short side.
That's a nice first goal.
Nick Williams probably played the best game I've seen him play all year in a Hornet sweater.
Very impressive.
Nate Stone will get the start up front. Jackson Borst will be one of your other wings. And John DeVoe will be one of the wings. We'll play right away. No national anthem. Let's get them going. The alumni are showing up here tonight. I have to mention that the traveling party for the Grand Rapids Thunderhawks was just awesome.
It was impressive. And they're really nice people, too. They love their hockey, that's for sure.
Well, we drew the parallel between the Grand Rapids program and the Edina program with its history and tradition. And you want to look at a program that has really been very consistent and solid in high school hockey. They're on the other side of the ice of the Hornets in the white, red, and black of Elk River.
Well, they've always brought teams that can skate and compete very well. Always quality goaltending, solid backline, and some talented forwards. And this year's no exception. They had a pretty good showing yesterday against a very motivated Eden Prairie team. They're going to have a challenge ahead with a very inspired Edina Hornet team at home.
We are peppered with scouts throughout the facility, as it's off time now for the colleges, so they can kind of catch up with these high school players they're watching with close, watchful eyes. Bart?
Well, it's nice to see the alumni coming out and supporting the program.
Borst back up through center ice. There's still that wet spot down the left, inside left side of the boards there. You probably can't quite see the gleam.
And I don't think that's the only spot either, Pete.
You got to be careful out there. That thing's going to stick and you might lose an edge. DeVoe plays for Stone across the line. They're just offside.
Oh, not by much. But it was DeVoe up to Stone, and I think the Edina left wing just snuck in a little bit before the play. Jackson Borst, some good speed. One thing I noticed about Edina is on the left wing side, I think 2 out of their 4 left wingers are right-handed shots, so very right-handed heavy team on this Edina Hornet squad.
Puck bounces in on goal and back into the corner. Defensively there at Skyberg as the puck will be played back up into center.
Skyberg had a good showing for Elk River last night too.
Boltman was checked on the play but stayed on it, got it to the near side. And now Gunnar Johnson was there and pulled out of there by Illies. That's cut off by Casey. Gunnar Johnson to the right wing for Luke Rugemer. Gains the line, tries to force that one through as Zane was there to make the play. Rugemer stays on it. Played back into the corner. And quick change, back on the ice now steps Gunnar Johnson. He'll fly into the left wing corner in the offensive zone. Tries to find some positioning there. Brother Luke plays that over to Boltman. Nice move inside out. Quick shot, Kozel the save. Batted down by Jimmy Clark in on goal. And there's a little pool cue job there by Johnson.
Well, it was a good shot on goal. It was a blocker save by Kozel on that one, and the rebound went up in the air, so he had to nab that out of the air and take it out of danger, but it's going to come all the way down into the Edina zone. 15-18, we're early in this first period, but it's been really Elk River with a lot of energy so far. Edina kind of in a reactive mode. Finally got some offensive zone time.
Clark, the face-off win. Henches gathers and rings the boards for Dahl too far. From the line, Greniak's shot misses the mark. Now Henches takes the bounding puck as he takes his man off the end boards. Jimmy Clark helps out, wins the battle, leaves off for Dahl. Back up front, that's turned up by Grassel. And back in behind, it's going to be Enriquez to play. He'll ring the glass to the far corner. Dahl is there. Now Henches from the right wing corner, plays up to the right wing side. Dahl swings at that one. Grassel is there. Now to the high slot, taken away by Willie Johnson, who comes away with this one. Muscled off that by Anderson as the puck will be blocked by Clark. Billy Johnson just wanted to try to fish that one out of there. Now it's Clark with it. There's that kind of soft spot of the ice there where it didn't go where they wanted it to. Now it's Clark with it. Look to his right. Now he's going to wind this one straight up the middle. He'll be content to play that one in. Steered off to the right wing side. Hughes up through center. No ice. Nope, they're going to say ice on that play.
Well, I really like what Elk River's brought so far. We're 14-16, so we're just almost 3 minutes into the period, but a lot of plays been down in the Edina zone, really bottling them up and creating a situation where Clark is even trying to just clear the zone. That doesn't happen very often, so Elk River doing some really good things early in this first period.
In the corner it goes. There's Borst with it. Now the Elks across the line. Cutting back to the forehand. That one's blocked away. And all the way back into Elk River territory with Stroh to regroup. Plays it to the right wing side. Borst checked off his stick. Now Stone will turn and sling that one back into the zone. Back in behind the net it goes with Stroh. And now it's the Elks back out of the corner. They play this one up and through. There's Johnson off the boards. Now across the line, Illy shoots. Oh, nice save, Kojal. That one just missed the mark. Rugemer was there in front. Rugemer chops at that. Kojal covers that one up.
Well, Ellis did a nice job of gaining the zone, then cut to the forehand, went to the right hash mark, put a shot on goal. Kojal did a nice job. Rugemer had an open goal. I think the puck might have rolled on him a little bit, but a great opportunity for Rugemer. Unfortunately, the puck didn't cooperate with him, but worst case scenario for Elk River really is face-off to Kojal's right, which isn't a bad situation. 13:30 left in scoreless first period.
Earlier tonight, it was Eden Prairie with a nice win over Grand Rapids in a well-played game. There's a wrist shot that's deflected. Kavanaugh now to the corner. He takes the body. Wyatt Worst shot misses the mark. The big carom all the way up and around. Frankie was there. And back into Edina territory goes and icing the goal.
Well, it was Blake Johnson that actually kind of tied up with Wyatt Worst. Otherwise, it might have been a one-on-one forward push by Elk River, but missed the mark by a little bit, so it's going to come all the way down to Kojal's left now. But I think faceoffs are going to be very important in this game. They are in every game, obviously, but I don't want to oversell it, but possession is going to be key for Elk River. Keep the puck off those Edina Hornet forward sticks.
You know, by the way, on the pad debate.
Yep.
The Hill Murray goalie, Keppel,
yep.
Remington Keppel,
Rem
has a nice set of wickets too.
Well,
have you seen those things?
I have in pictures, but it's not coming to my memory, so to speak.
It's the logo.
Oh, is it really? He's quite a goaltender too.
It's pretty impressive. There's a big check in front of the penalty box area. Pat Milan had to lean back and part the hair a little bit. Shot.
He's got plenty of hair to part.
Oh, he's got a nice flow.
I'm a little jealous.
Oh, look at you, exposing. There's a shot that's sent back in. You wear a hat, so no one ever knows.
Well, that's because I bumped my head and I got a big cut on my bald spot.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing.
Well, I couldn't come up with a creative story to make me sound tough, so I just put a hat on and said,
hello to Mike Dow and Jane Morrow, both
awesome.
Watching on. Regulars here at the MNHockey.tv.
We appreciate them.
Watching the crystal clear feed. Boltman is there. Stone. Now they play it over for Borst. Back up through center ice. Boltman turns away. Looks to the slot area as that deflects away. And now it's the Elks. Ahead they go up the left wing side. Gunnar Johnson has to deal with the oncoming Michaelis, the real
speed.
Strong player. Now it's going to be Humphrey behind the net. Humphrey out front. And it's going to be read by the goaltender and stopped by Loudon Hogue.
I really like that. Michaelis showed some good speed to gain possession. It was Humphrey that came along the end wall and gave a look back to Greniak, but Borst was challenging that option, so he just turned and fired, tried to go short side on Loudon Hogue, but Loudon Hogue in good position to make that save.
Michaelis with a nice play to duck under there, shot and a save. Back out front it goes, and it's going to be up ice. They go with Kavanaugh. Plays this one in. He's going to race this one down as he's going to come together with Greniak. Greniak is really good off the end boards, and you can see why there. Puck thrown right back up into the neutral zone. As it's going to be Illies to play that one in behind the net. Greniak is there. Outlets to the left wing side. Over to make the play is Casey. Headmans. Now it's Humphrey across the line. He runs into Williams, who shivers him and stands him straight up.
Boy, gloves got a little high on that one.
Well, what do you do? The guy's like 6'10", and you're about 5'9", right?
Well, that just shows how high those gloves certainly were, but no infraction called. 10:50 left in the first period. Face-off coming all the way down to the Edina zone. But Eden Prairie really has good focus tonight. They're clearing their zone pretty efficiently. They're defending quite well, and they're getting some speed. But Edina doing a nice job of stopping that rush at their own blue line.
Bob Gibbons is on board.
Hello, Bob.
He's been like shouting and waving, and he says you never look at your phone.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Not the multitasker.
I took the gum out of my mouth, so at least I gave myself a chance.
Penalty coming up. This one on the Hornets. Koschel to the bench. And that one's whistled down. You know, I couldn't help but notice that both clubs from the Los Angeles area gracing the bottom of the standings in the Western Conference. It must be kind of somber around the Honda Center.
Well, a bit of a transition period, but they got some pieces to work with, so to speak. Oh, okay. Hi, Bob.
Oh, there it is.
Hi, Bob. It was only 41 minutes later. I mean, that's pretty good for me.
Greniak now for Michaelis to Humphrey in the corner. Humphrey's going to protect as he walks this one up the line. Willie Johnson got a piece of that. That's off the stick of Michaelis. Wyatt Wurst wins the race to the near corner and slams that down the ice.
Well, it's Clark in the box for Edina, one of their primary penalty killers, so it gives an opportunity for a young man named Millis to come in and make something happen.
Here's Humphrey with it. Puts on the brakes, gains the line, gets that back up for Greniak. Greniak for Humphrey. And that one is hammered down the ice by Williams. Hornets now with their third set of forwards on the PK.
And this Elk River forward group is a pretty big group, and the Edina's giving them all. They're giving Edina all the trouble they want.
1:06 to go in the Jimmy Clark penalty. Played back around for Humphrey. He gets it back. Pad save. Ooh, took a little bit off. Hogue the save. He had to be focused on that one. Humphrey with a nice effort.
Well, indeed it was. In fact, they chipped it, got the puck on net, and it was Michaelis and Johnson that were waiting in the wings. So Loudon Hogue made the right decision, cover that puck, allow Coach Giles to get some fresh legs out of the ice. Just 51 seconds left on the penalty to Edina's Clark.
Illies to draw against Casey, and it's the Elks at control from the corner with the extra man. Casey's going to work it up the right wing side. Now plays it to the line. There's a pass off the side of the cage. Frankie, quick one in on goal. Nice setup there. They worked it high to low to right off the dot there, and there was Hogue to make the save.
Wow, it was a really nice sequence. It was Skyberg that got the puck down to Bjorn Frankie, and then back out to Casey. And Casey, good shot on goal. Nice save by Loudon Hogue. Casey was fabulous last night, looking for that trend to continue tonight.
Put that rebound right where he needed to. Did Hogue, which is in the midsection, and going nowhere.
Ooh, good skate by Boltman on that.
Back to the corner it goes for Schutt. And helping out is Casey. Back up to the line. Elks have some confidence on the puck here. I know it's a power play, but you know they're looking a lot like they did last night against Eden Prairie.
Well, they don't panic. They don't panic when Edina closes in. They're still very patient with the puck, and they put it in the right area.
No doubt about it. Hello to Tom Lewis, who's checking in, joining the broadcast tonight.
Hello, Tom.
Love to have you. John Sands, of course, taking care of the highlight clips.
Well, we appreciate John Sands, obviously, but we are back to 5-on-5 offensive zone faceoff for this Elk River team. And it's going to be Grissel in the faceoff dot with Clark, who's back from the penalty. Ooh, they're going to bring it outside the zone.
Are they taking it all the way down? Nope, to center ice.
It looked like they were making their way all the way down.
They're about ready to drop, and then everybody just stood up and said, nope.
The reset.
Now it's going to be Williams up the middle to Clark. Clark across the line. That deflects up off the netting and out of play.
Well, good stick by Greniak. You know, Greniak's really one of the premier defensemen in this tournament. He just does so many things for this Elk River team. He works his edges very well, very strong on his skates. Really forces his opponents to the outside, but he's a very difficult defenseman to negotiate around. Doesn't give too much space out there and closes the gap very quickly. Very impressive young man.
Worst in to take the draw now against Michaelis. There's a win and a shot by Wyatt Worst in on goal. Oh, great. We've got the 4 out of the 5 related players.
Yeah, I think they do that on purpose.
The Williamses and the Worsts.
But Wyatt Worst did a good, very mature decision by just taking the wrist shot. Doesn't have to be a bullet. It just got it on net.
2 straight clean draws by Emmett Worst down low. Oh, they shoot. Oh, and there's a big save. This line had a goal, much like that last night.
Well, very unselfish by the Hornets, moving the puck around, but it was Kojal that tracked it quite well. Edina got Elk River back on their heels, made them a little vulnerable, had some room to move the puck to the open area, but Kojal very quickly to close that door, keep that puck out of the net. 8:04 left in the scoreless first period. Edina putting on some pressure.
Third faceoff between Michaelis and Worst. Worst gets all 3. Mark that. That one's wide of the mark. Now it's cycled behind the net. There's Overman, gets underneath the would-be checker there. Overman brought down on the play. Worst looks to steal that away. There's a shot by Williams up over the top of the goal as that one travels up and out of play.
Into the Edina student section. But they're on their feet representing their squad, supporting their squad. It's good to see. Wish more would come out and support them. A little editorial for you, Pete Wagner. But another face-off in the Elk River zone.
It'll be packed here tomorrow.
I hope so.
Alumni.
I hope so.
Jerry Burrow is here, and I'm not quite sure what his role is, but nonetheless, he's chirping yours truly. He's in press row here with all the nerds.
Well, it's good to see he's varying it up because he's been chirping me all night.
Now there's Borst. Yeah, he's evening it out now. Marbles are changing pockets. Back to the low, shallow corner and on goal. That's gathered up by Kojal as he hangs on. 7:23 to go in a scoreless first period.
Well, and it really hasn't been a terrific flow on this. A lot of stops and starts. Gives the coaches a chance to put the proper matchups out there or just to put the proper personnel out there. But this game is going to open up eventually, but so far it's been very tight to the vest by both squads. Both squads defending pretty well.
4 men in the corner right now. Now it's Stroh. And the Elks look out, up and out of play. That goes.
And Pat Milan didn't even waver a bit.
I've never seen that many cookies jammed onto one plate in my life. Steve Mars brought them down.
Squirrel the dog again.
Ooh.
I'll bring you a treat tomorrow, Pete. That'll keep your focus on the game.
Yeah, what do you bring me those pickles that Grover was eating?
No.
Our camera guy?
It's like some
pickles. They just stunk.
It's like some chocolate things with peanut butter in them. They're just fabulous.
That's funny. Mars he's leaving. He gave Dick Leuston one. He gave Sam Walker one. And then he walks away, and he blew us off.
Us?
Now we're good.
What do you got?
Sammy was going to go run him down and get us some, but we're okay.
What do you mean us? You got a mouse in your pocket? I don't want a cookie.
Us would be 2 for me.
You can have mine.
Me and my alter ego. There's Chris Knopf, the Hornet JV coach. Good to see him in the house patrolling the back row. This is going to be played back through. They're all here. He knows I just chirped him too.
Yep.
In on goal, Kojal the save. He's a good man.
Good coach,
back up to the line. Great player. Remember him, the former Bulldog? Played with Kurt Giles.
You think?
You know what, though? Chris Knopf hasn't aged a lick. I'm jealous.
No, he's good.
From the right wing and on goal. There's a shot. Oh, that one nearly found its way through.
And that was Dahl that took that shot. Didn't miss by much.
And now there's another feed over to Kavanaugh. Boltman been so strong the past 2 games. Great player, but just finding another gear here during the Holiday Classic. There's Boltman with it from the right wing side. He's going to walk and send a pass through that block. Now Clark back to the corner. He gets lassoed there by Greniak. Boltman again keeps. Oh, he's going to try and dangle. There's a wrister. That one by Dahl. It hits traffic on its way through, and Greniak comes away with it as he shovels it high in the air. Rolling puck in on goal as there's Hogue with it as he's going to lay that one up for Boltman. Boltman, left wing, deflected in by Willie Johnson. Now off the boards, they've got an angle now with Frattel. He's checked by Williams as Fertel comes away with it again. Now it's going to be Nicholas Williams ahead
Great
for
play.
Willie Johnson. Clark can fly to the right wing. Now that one closes down. Johnson pad save Kojal. Nice read there by the Elk River goaltender. Hornets play that one off the boards to center. Nope, it's going to be now handled again by the Elks. Now they get it to center across the line. Michaelis tried to dangle through traffic, ran into a host of Hornet players, and there's Nicholas Williams ahead for Clark. Clark in across the line as he looks to create. Plays this one to the corner, protects the puck behind. He's jammed on the play. And now they'll play this one up high. Williams is there. Now it's going to be Humphrey with it. He gets away from one man. A dangle fest between Humphrey and Clark here tonight. That one's poked off the stick by Williams. Nice forecheck by Humphrey, keeps it alive as he gets it down to the corner. Michaelis with it. Watched by Wurst. Boy, they're putting this Wurst line out against the Michaelis line. A couple of big frames with Wurst and Overman. Wurst plays it through, nearly got it to center, does. Nolan Williams try to forward that ahead as it's going to be a foot race. Now Wyatt Wurst comes away with it out of the corner. Over to the right wing side for Nolan Williams, goes glass and up in the air, but not quite out. That one's deflected back up off the netting and out of play.
Well, you're right about the Wurst brothers out there. They have some length about them. Cousins, I'm sorry about that. I should have known that. In fact, I knew that coming in. But Elk River's got some forwards with some sizes, with some grit. Austin Humphrey just showed us using the body to protect the puck, making it very difficult for Edina Hornets to catch up with them. So really good sequence by Elk River in the Edina zone. Still got to get some shots on goal, though.
Borst plays that one ahead. Bumped off the boards. Enriquez now behind. Outlets to the right wing side. They look to play ahead. That's turned over. There's a shot. Glove save and a beauty. Nice one there by Hogue. Let's take a look at that one on replay.
Well, and that's just the freshman, Caden Casey, that took that shot just on top of the hash marks. A really good shot. Tried to go glove side, but Loudon Hogue has shown he's got some skill with that glove and some good eye-hand coordination. Made a very difficult save look pretty easy. Face off to his right. 3:58 to go in a scoreless first period. Elk River putting on the heat.
That was blocked off. Rugemer now to the left corner it goes. Back to the left circle. That's blocked. And now it's handled by Greniak. And that hits Boltman on the way in. Now it's Kavanaugh. Kicked there by Greniak. Nice play. Now it's Boltman with it. He'll wait. Play to the high stick. Hornets get it back. Really, there's plenty of Elks there to let that go. Nice play. Keep the face-off from coming into your zone.
Yep.
Now it's going to be Boltman across the line as he sends that one in behind with 3:12 to go in the period. We're scoreless here from Braemar Arena. Played ahead and sent right back into the Elk River zone as they regroup on the puck at Skyberg. Skyberg's pass at the line. Elks try to find some angle action there. That failed to click. Now it's back into the corner with Willie Johnson as he turns away. Elks very strong in the defensive zone physically, and they come out. Back up across the line. Nice job to keep that alive. They tried to keep it to Humphrey on that play. That was Fertel. Bumped off the boards. Knocked down by a stick by Fertel. Now it's Williams again. We're going to slam that right back into the Edina zone as it's going to be cut off by Hogue as Wyatt Wurst comes away with it. Nice little stutter step there to the left wing. Willie Johnson with a rolling puck's going to play this one in wide of the mark, but still steered away by Kojal as it's Stroh who comes up with it. His pass picked off by Stone. He looks in front. That's deflected away. And here come the Elks in transition. Back across the line. Wyatt Wurst on the defense. Nice job with the stick. That was intended for Humphrey, but Nicholas Williams on the play. Now it's Stone
shift
with it, indeed. Stone with a wrist shot. Blocker pad save made by Kojal. He's going to hang on. The faceoff will come up to his left.
No, in fact, Nicholas Williams has been solid all tournament long. But tonight especially, he just, especially that shift, he really stopped forward progress and paced quite well with the forwards coming into the attack zone and really made a couple very athletic plays. So something to build on for that young man, but a good showing. 1:48 left in a scoreless first period.
It's been like a chess match between these two clubs here tonight.
Yep.
That was deflected away, and back comes Gunnar Johnson for it. They're going to play this one off to the right wing side. Hornets now with a quick shot that's blocked. Back in through the neutral, and Gunnar Johnson retreats to the right wing side for Boltman. He goes rink wide. Boris bothered. And watching the play by Blake Johnson rather. Now Boltman. Too far for Stone. You heard Pat Byland belt it out. 1 minute remaining in the first period here. Skyberg back behind his own net, leaves that one behind. Now they'll take this one on the move. They try to work that through. Now it's going to be handled to the right wing side. Up the ice they go. Overman, that one's turned away, and here come the Elks in transition. That gets away from Boltman. And now the Hornets will regroup with Wyatt Wurst. Now Overman. Michaelis with it, played down by Wyatt Wurst as he looks up ice for Overman. Drew the penalty.
Well, that's what happens when you move your feet. Humphrey got caught a little flat-footed, just reached out a little bit, and I didn't think it could have been a non-call, and I don't think anybody would have been too upset with that, but an infraction, just 20 seconds to go in this first period. Edina gets a chance to end on a very high note, or at least start the next period on the power play. So kind of a tough spot for the Elks right now. Have to pick up their teammate and get through this.
That's the old trip's a trip, right?
Trip's a trip, regardless of the time or situation.
Back up to the line it goes for Nicholas Williams. Jimmy Clark turns away, leaves off for Williams. Through traffic, Kojal didn't see it. High off the glass, they try to go down low. Quick shot with 3 seconds left, that's blocked. Oh, they tried to spring a man as the Hornets had an opportunity there, but that was not before the end of the period. And an interesting one, Bart.
Well, indeed. I like the way that Edina finished. It was Williams that actually walked the blue line, got a good shot on goal, and then he had another opportunity, but the sophomore forward for the Elks, Blake Johnson, got in front of that and really limited what could have been a trying moment in the closing moments of that first period. But 141 is what the Edina Hornets are going to get on the power play to start the next period, barring another penalty. But really good showing by Elk River. I think that they're going to go in feeling pretty good about the way they played. Edina played, they went toe-to-toe, Pete Wagner, and I don't think anybody had a distinct advantage, but it was a good, entertaining period. Things are going to open up the second period, I believe.
All right, we'll see. 0-0 after one. These two teams going at it. We'll be back with more right after.
I think that being in a sport, it has built into it the concept that we are going to face a challenge. When we do sport the right way, we are teaching values. We're teaching kids how to be hard workers. We're teaching kids how to be courageous, to be fearless. Dynamite's, because we have a focus on whole life youth development, physical, academic, social and spiritual excellence, we get that we're trying to develop people to be whole people. And I think that when you combine that mission with sport, I think you naturally get that. We have programs in each of those 4 areas. We have ice hockey for physical excellence. Academic excellence includes academic support like one-on-one tutoring. We have a summer academic camp. Social excellence includes our big community service project, Greg Carroll Learn to Skate, and also we're faith-based. So when kids are old enough, they have the choice to go to summer camp, kind of that traditional summer church camp. Every kid in the program has multiple mentors. If they're in tutoring, they have a very special mentor that's just their very own. And then of course the hockey coaches are mentors, and of course all the staff are mentors too. We have a very high retention rate. Dynamite's high school graduation rate over 20 years is 85%. And over the last 5 years, 96% have graduated, which is really significant because right now Minneapolis Public Schools is reporting that their graduation rate is 53%. So that, I think, is another measure that shows that Dynamite is working. Being a faith-based organization, I think we're able to say things that are really powerful sometimes. You might say to the kids, like, we're gonna do some hard things today. And we want you to remember, we can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. A few minutes later, we might be asking them to do that hard thing, and you got heads down and panting, and remind them, remember, you have strength. God's given you the strength to do this. You have the strength that you need inside you right now. They might even remember the moments where they began to believe that, where they began to believe, I should be fearless. Only believe, do not fear.
Here we go to start the second period. Hornets and Elks. Nothing.
Quick summary, shots on goal, Edina 12, Elk River 7. Jeez Louise.
God, you guys are just too much to handle. How we doing, Matt? We good? Okay. Matt Harrington's the glue that holds this organization together. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, Gorilla Glue. We're in good shape with him.
But shameless plug.
Still some wet spots on the ice. This is kind of turning into a bit of a concern.
We're not trying to make it a major issue, but
it is, because it's a little bit more pronounced now, and we're early into this second period, obviously, but it's about 2 or 3 minutes into the period before it actually freezes over.
So if you take the dots and you move them in towards the board on our near side here where the camera is, you can see it kind of glistening there.
Yep.
It's all the way over, and so there's got to be some sort of piping issue down below.
Well, I'd have to think, because Busser puts down a nice sheet.
Look at Bart Archer.
Look out.
Exonerating Dave Buss.
He died on the power play for another 49 seconds as Humphrey's in the box for Elk River.
That came at the end of the period. A tripping call. Back over to the near side for Nicholas Williams. Now Stone with it, top of the left circle. Finds it low for Borst. Borst tries to hit his man Stone and does. Now it's going to be Williams, one-timer. Nice save there. Kojal had his skate almost knock it. The net looks like it's a little bit off, but we're going to play on. Stone with it. Shot that's blocked. There's another one that comes through, and that's off Gunnar Johnson. And playing that through is Greniuk. Across the Edina line, 5 to go on the Humphrey penalty. There. Now it's Stone, one-timer. Nice save by Kojal. Took that one away from John DeVoe.
Wow, very heads-up play by Stone. Stone could have walked in and taken a shot from a poor angle, but he dropped it for John DeVoe, and he let one rip from the top of the circle. Nice save by Kojal, but really a very heady play by Stone in that one to get it to a person with a better proximity, better sightlines to the net. So nice job, young man.
Boltman, wrister, nice pad save. Kojal sees that one through. Johnson from the right wing, working on Wyatt Wurst. That trickles through, and Hogue is there. They come together for a bit there on the rebound by Schutt.
Well, Blake Johnson, just a sophomore for the Elks, showed some good speed, but Wurst did a nice job of going stride for stride. Got a bit of a shot, but at least Wurst pushed him out to a poor angle.
Hornets will ring the boards to the right wing side. Rugemer tried to fight through traffic. That was turned back up by Skyberg. Back into the Edina zone it goes as it's gathered in by Wyatt Wurst around to the left wing. Checked on the play was Kavanaugh. Up and out of play it goes.
Can't touch this.
Why did I know that you would dig this song? Like, you like it.
Well, I can't stop. I can't stop moving. No, at 14:46 to go.
Does this take you back to Grandma's at the U of M?
Yeah,
it does,
it kind of does, but that makes me smile.
1988,
Yeah.
87.
Nah, we don't have to talk about years, but yeah, somewhere
Oh,
in
why
that
not?
area.
We all know. Doesn't feel like it was that long
A
ago.
couple decades ago.
It does not feel like it was that long ago.
Agreed. For all you youngsters, take note. Enjoy your time while you can, because it goes
Seriously,
pretty quick.
because you'll deny that there is any time between then and now.
But scoreless. 14:38 left in the second period. We're scoreless. I knew it'd be tightly contested, but I didn't think we'd be scoreless.
Back in across the line, Willie Johnson puts on the brakes, finds Clark, tries to keep the puck free, and back up out of the zone. It's Fertel. Now Humphrey. That's off Gunnar Johnson. Back behind the net. Hornets transition out of the zone. Here comes Clark. He's watched on the play by Caught Zane, and that's going to be whistled down offside at the line.
Wow, it's Willie Johnson, and really Clark wasn't contested, so you have to pay particular attention. I'm not trying to pick on Willie Johnson. He's really turned in a fine performance tonight so far and last night as well, but you have to pay particular attention to stay onside. You limit the offensive opportunities when you go offside, so you have to pay particular attention, stay onside, keep the flow moving.
Hornets another draw win. That one sent back in behind the net. Forecheck Overman heavy on that. Back up high it goes. Now quick shot. That one by Boltman turned aside. Overman over to the left wing. Got inside. Nice check there. Oh, forced a turnover. Wurst Up high to the slot. Boltman off the crossbar. Oh, what a chance there. What a feed. What a shot.
Well,
all started by the hit over off the far wall.
Indeed it did. But again, Edina very cognizant of where their teammates are. They could have gone in and taken a shot, a low percentage shot, but instead brought it back to Boltman, and he let one rip off the post, up and out of play. May have been off Kojo, so the faceoff to his left. 13:47 left in the second period, scoreless.
Rassel and Worst again off the draw. This time the Elks get it back behind the net as they break out to the right wing side. Overman again, another heavy check off the boards. Worst cuts it off, back up for Henches, plays this down the right wing wall. Overman for Worst. Worst let that one go up high off the glass, all the way to center. It's going to be a regroup now. They'll send this one back in as the forecheck ensues. Greniak is there. Here comes Borst and Worst. That one's cut off. It hit the official.
Get out of the way.
Oh, wow. Hits the official again. There's a shot that's deflected, and back up ice they go with it. Greniak has Henches to work on. Nice play by the Hornet defenseman. Gets the stick on that one. Breaks that up. Now behind the net, it's going to be Stone as he races up the left wing, and he walks right into that one. If there's any wind left, and the worst for wear goes to the Elk River Elk, who's down on the play.
Well, that's going to be Blake Johnson. We talked about him previously, but they intersected a particular area.
The end of it there.
But they intersected the particular area, and Stone is not a small man. He's got some girth to him as well. Looks like Johnson's going to be okay, which I think is the most important part. Just probably got the wind knocked out of him a little bit, but very courageous to step in front of Stone with the head of speed. I think Stone just got caught. He got on him pretty quick, but no harm.
He wound it up from behind the net.
Yeah, he did. He had a good burst of speed on it, but a very courageous young man. Hopefully he'll be joining his teammates here really quick.
Left wing through center. Long pass for DeVoe behind the net. Tried to play that one through to Stone. Now it's going to be picked up out of the zone by Frankie. Borst turned away from that one. Now it's Kotzane to play this one up ahead. Borst comes away with it. Now left wing side, inside out is Stone. Stood up on the play. Good defensive play by Skyberg. And there's a pass that misses the mark, icing on the call. As Schutt was racing up ice, didn't quite see that one as it slid underneath the heel. Almost glazed it.
Well, the faceoff is going to come down to Kojo's left. 12:08 left in the scoreless second period. Edina really getting some pretty good zone time, but I really like the positioning on Elk River there. Edina's getting possession in the zone, but that's when Elk River defense kind of rising to the occasion and giving their goaltender a chance to at least see the puck.
Rung around to the right wing side. Kept alive. Batted down by Humphrey. Gets away from Clark. Dangles through center. Gets away from Johnson inside out, but stood up by the defense on the play. That's Boltman. Now Humphrey to the corner. And that's cut off at center by Stroh. Greniak has it. And that one's going to be an icing call. Back down into Elk territory we go.
Well, I think Greniak just wanted to clear the zone, got a little bit too much on it, going to come all the way back down. Really liked the game of Austin Humphrey tonight. Took a penalty late in the period, but no harm on that one. But he's playing a very inspired game, showing some offensive skills and some soft hands, negotiating his way through and into the Edina zone. If he can keep that up, that's going to bode very well for Coach Gustafson and the Elk River Elks.
Greniak with it. I mean, it's hard to say at this stage, Bart, who's had more control of this hockey game.
I think Edina might have more zone time, but I think Elk River is going blow for blow.
That's it maybe. Ooh, coming across was Rugemer.
That could have been ugly.
Turnover. Maybe on points right now, right? Rugemer, right wing. Shot and a save made there by Kozel. Illies up to the line for Boltman. That's offside at the line, just trickled off.
Well, he was in good proximity to make the call. I think the puck danced on Boltman just a little bit. But Jackson Borst for Edina, number 19 in the green, has really played an inspired game. This might be the best showing that I've seen of him this year in our limited times, but really playing an inspired game and very cerebral as well. He's making a lot of good decisions out there.
Penalty. I think that's going to be a high stick they've got. That was right off the face-off.
That might be Big John DeVoe. Going to go high sticking, so Elk River with a golden opportunity. Elk River's power play room for improvement, 10.7 on the year, 3 for 28, so they have some work to do. And Edina, 83.3, so a respectable penalty kill, but a great opportunity it is for the Elks to put a tally on the board.
Puck will be rung the boards. Clark comes away with it. He has Greniak to work on, tries to accelerate past him. Here's Jimmy Clark, wraparound attempt. That was stopped by the stick of Kotzane. Now it's turned up by Humphrey. He has some room through center. He'll gain the line, carry this one deep. Out for a skate, leaves this one off. And that's poked back into center.
Well, Michaelis, the puck just rolled off. He had a good idea. I think he wanted to get Humphrey back, but puck rolled all the way down the ice, so chance for Elk River to regroup.
Laid off to the right wing side. There's Kotzane with it. Now Humphrey through center. Gets a little support. Now Greniak gets it back to the right point. Leaves that one off to the right side. Michaelis, right circle. Shot through traffic. Michaelis again chops that one into the corner. Williams was there for the Hornets, who break back through center. That's off the stick of Kavanaugh. Greniak, nice play there. Michaelis comes back away with it with 46 to go in the power play. He'll play it up to the left point. Rink wide it goes. That's off the stick and tucked back down by the defense, but it was Stroh. Where's that Skyberg? I can't tell if that's a 5 or a 6, but that was Skyberg on the right side. Here's Stroh on the near side. Sent back in behind. Skyberg with it. Waits for everybody to regroup. Now he's going to work it up with 20. Back off the stick of Frankie. Wanted that one back. Hornets regroup at center. Back into their own zone now. Lifted up high through the air. And that's wide of the mark with 9 to go on the power play for the Elks. Stroh ahead for Casey. Finds Shutt on the move. Shutt tries to cut through traffic as he stood up on the play. And he's bulldozed down by Boltman. They have words.
Pleasantries.
Extended. Back in behind the net it goes. Look out, this is go. That had a collision written all over it. Now it's Boltman with it. Plays that one ahead through center with Dahl. That's off Dahl's glove. Now it's going to be Boltman with it. Turns away. Looks back up into the neutral zone. That's off Rugemer's stick. And offside at the line. I think we're going to say Stone. Oh, someone didn't get on the bench quick enough.
A.J. Dahl, and it's not his fault. He just didn't pick that foot up quick enough, so that's a break for Elk River. Edina seemed to have a little energy coming into the zone. But, the benches, the blue line kind of straddles the benches, so it's pretty hard to not be offsides in that situation, but face off outside the zone. 8:19 left in the scoreless second period.
Got a cool trivia question from our very own Joe Caju. He wanted me to challenge you and our viewers with this one, so go ahead and answer away. How many Elk River Elks have played in the NHL? And of them, who is the leading point getter?
Well, okay. I'll have to give this some thought.
Write them down, do some organizational, and then we'll come back in the third period. Go ahead and tell John Sands, who's clipping highlights on the back end of our YouTube feed, and we can get you dialed in. The tradition, Edina Holiday Classic.
Well, DeVoe back in the box for 2 minutes, so Elk River with a golden opportunity, just a tick under 8 minutes to go in the second period.
Here comes Clark up ice as he's going to try to muscle his way in on goal as he gets stopped as he ran out of real estate. Kotzane has it. Up to the line. Dahl plays that down, batted down with the stick. Now it's Humphrey. He's going to try and work his way away from Dahl as he cuts right to the middle. Into the teeth of the Edina defense, who will thwart that and send it right back down. Greniak. Now they'll gain the line. Humphrey comes away with it to the corner, puts on the brakes. Michaelis, Greniak, back to Michaelis. Back for Greniak, rolled the stick, chopped at it, kept it alive down the boards. Elks power play continues for another minute with 6:57 to go. We're scoreless here from Braemar Arena. Oh, they got a man in front. Michaelis, ooh, that was deflected away by Ho. Greniak gets it back over to the right side. There's a quick slapper that misses the mark. That one taken by Kotzane as he play it back over to Michaelis. Back up high, look out. Gets away from one man. Kavanaugh gets him down. Then here comes a breakaway back in on goal. Johnson to the backhand. Kojal the save. And he covers up. What a nice save by the Elk River Elks goaltender.
Well, Willie Johnson came in all alone. He had Kavanaugh behind him just in case, but sometimes you get almost too much time to think about what you're going to do. I thought he put a good move on Kojal, but Kojal, I think, was wise to try to spread the pillows and slide it in on the ice in the 5-hole as his teammates go and support their goaltender for bailing him out of a tough situation. I thought there might have been a penalty, but just 30 seconds left on another penalty to John DeVoe. So Elk River on the power play, done it with a great chance.
Right wing pass that's rolled off the stick there of Frankie, and back into the zone it goes.
I'm having a tough time with this trivia deal. I mean, I got Nate Prosser, but
okay, write it down. There's one.
But I know there's a couple more that's just it's escaped. God dang it, Joe Caju.
So the question again, John Sands, our guy in the back, wants to know who. This is the question from Joe Caju, and of course he gave me no answers, so
right.
We got to try to figure him out ourselves because he doesn't know the answer. That's off the glass. He claims he does.
Ooh,
5 players from the Elk River Elks that played in the NHL. Name them, and who is the top leading goal scorer of all of those players? Hornets now at full strength.
Boy, if I can hit the rewind button real quick, but there's a puck that bounced off the end wall down in the Elk River zone. And Kojal had the mindset, a very solid thought that it was going to bounce back. And if he didn't actually knock that puck down, it might have bounced off him and into the net. So very heady play by the Elk River goaltender. Not anything that's going to show up in the box score, but that's a very important play that he just made, very subtle.
You know, those are the type of things you mark the tape for the oh, my word.
Sound check for the Who.
Hello, Cleveland. Worst across the line, shot it on goal. He and Overman come with authority to the net.
Well, don't get too carried away, guys. It's not going to do anybody any good. But I like the way Edina was going to the net with a little vigor. But Kojal did the right thing by covering that puck up. But Edina's going to the net. That's one thing I think this year I had a question about going into it. Is obviously they graduated a lot of very primary players as how they're going to react in the offensive zone. Funneling to the net is a good sign for Coach Kurt Giles.
Back behind the net. Elks look to outlet to the right wing side, but Overman, man, he's been good on the forecheck here tonight.
Yep.
Back behind for Nolan Williams, who he tried to find Worst up high. Now it's going to be Boltman again. He plays that one over. This line is at zone time in the offensive zone. Oh, that one goes back through the goal mouth area. Now Nolan Williams, now up to the line. Johnson tried to push that one through in front. Scores! Oh, there's Worst in front. And the Hornets take the 1-0 lead on a terrific feed.
Yeah, that was just a tic-tac-toe play, but it was Worst that was waiting in the wings for that feed. He made it count. Emmett Worst, it's going to be his 5th goal of the season, but a big goal. Finally, with 5:12 left in the second period, somebody tickles the twine, and it's Edina. Now it's up to Elk River to come back with some energy and respond on that, but really just a good sequence by the Edina Hornets. Got it to the open man. He put it into the open goal. Edina 1-zip. Worst is 5th.
What a great feed by Williams and a terrific forecheck by Overman.
And that I assume is Nolan Williams?
Yes. Williams with 2 points in 2 games.
Yep.
Back behind the net. Oh, nice feed through the wickets. That was Nicholas Williams. Now Rugemer muscles his way through off the side of the net. Wow, we nearly played 2 periods of scoreless hockey here. Yep. Finally, the net was, the twine was dented by one of these 2 teams, and it was the Hornets.
Well, and the Hornets seemed like they got a little energy and confidence off that as well, but really nice play by Nicholas Williams to thread the needle to get that puck out of their zone.
Good to see Pete Henches on board tonight.
Always good to see Pete.
Bounding puck through center. And it's going to be Wyatt Wurst with it. Touch pass. Back up through center. Illy's. Oh, nice little play to move his feet through center. Creating space was Blake Johnson and icing the call with 3:46 to go here in the second period.
Well, I think Edina had some tired legs, so Kavanaugh opted to send it all the way down the ice. But I like the response from Elk River. You know, Edina scored a goal, and Elk River just rolled their sleeves up, and they're right back to work, so it didn't faze them at all. A nice response by Elk River to show some good energy, but Edina relieves some pressure, gets some fresh legs out on the ice.
Wow, we're getting some answers here that are coming through. Very nice on that trivia question.
Joel Otto from Elk River?
Of course. That's all they'd ever talk about is the Division II Bemidji State Beaver.
For some reason, I kept thinking Bemidji, and I think that messed me up.
And then the former Elk River Elk. There's one that everybody's going to forget. That's relatively recent that you've called right here at the Holiday Classic.
Oh, I'm sure.
Back at our My Fox days. Here's Borst in front. Scores! DeVoe with a feed from Borst. And the Hornets catch fire. Take a look at this one on the replay right here. You'll see DeVoe. He'll be the late man in there. Just put the stick down, catch it, release, and bang.
Congratulations to John DeVoe. His first goal as a varsity Edina Hornet. That was a good one, too. Very similar to Wyatt Wurst last night. First goal, he earned it. That was a nice one. But again, it all came down to the feed from Jackson Borst. Put it right on the tape, and he put it into a wide open goal. You have to feel for Kogel. He's doing everything he can to keep his team in this game. It's only 2 goals, but 3:08 and counting in the second period. So Elk River's got to get to work and at least get some offensive zone time. Edina's been dominating the last 5 minutes.
Back into the offensive zone. Wurst feeds up to the line. This line has brought energy the past 2 evenings.
Yeah, they really
that hits
have.
Overman in front, and they come together. Ooh, we're getting a little physical there.
Well,
Overman's going to go.
He got a little aggressive on Skyberg on that
Maybe
one.
now they're going to take it outside.
But that's what Overman does. He can bring that physical part of the game, and he can be a bit of a sandpaper player and get under the skin of other players. But I don't think Skyberg did much to warrant that, but we play on. Good non-call by the officials.
You know, when you think about an Edina team that doesn't have a Sammy Walker, let's say, really, I mean that's a incredible talent. No, exactly. They have to play heavy below the dots, and they play structured, and that's what really all 4 of these, well, 3 of the 4 lines. This is more of a skilled line here with the Clark, Johnson, Dahl setup, but the other 3 lines are all very big and heavy.
Yeah, and it might be a little.
There's a chance in front. That one just misses the mark.
Might be a little different dynamic for Edina this year, but that doesn't mean they can't compete.
That's when they're trouble come playoff time. Nobody wants to deal with that. Puck will be cycled. I bet you Ken Pauley and the Red Knights will say bring it on, or Pat O'Leary and the Wayzata Trojans.
Yeah.
Or, of course, you have, Peter Brady. You have Funk in the great time for change. Off the post. That one is outside of the post. You have, of course, Funk and the Cretin-Durham Hall Raiders as well. I mean, it's a great section.
Yeah, indeed it is.
Griswold and the Academy of Holy Angel Stars with a, I don't want to call it a signature win last night, but a big one against a pretty good St. Paul Johnson team.
Oh, indeed it was. In fact, the Gubbies have a good program, good coaches, and playing the game the right way. But a big win for the Stars as they move to 6-0. They're going to have a challenge tomorrow, that's for sure, against Holy Family team. But it's a fun, entertaining team to watch. Doing a great job.
1:44 to go in the period. Back up to the line it goes. Now it's going to be Boltman's shot that hit someone on the way in. Big check thrown there by Stone. Now it's turned back up ice. That's Casey with it, and that's offside at the line.
All right, I got Prosser and Otto. I'm kind of curious. It's gonna kind of dominate my thoughts through probably the period break, but 1:29 left in the second period. Edina holding on to a 2-goal advantage. Elk River wants to finish this period strong. Maybe put some pressure on Loudon Hogue, goaltender for the Edina Hornets. He hasn't seen a lot of action this period.
Well, we all know Joel Otto was a legend.
Yep.
And I've got them. I know what they are. I'm going to hang you out.
Thank you.
Just think about a musical note.
Danny High Note.
Yep, left wing,
Colorado
up the line.
Avalanche.
There's Stroh. Yeah, there's another one.
He's a worker, man.
There's a chance off the rebound. And turned back up ice. He was. St. Louis Blues, too, if I remember correctly. Turned over at the line. Stone loads it up. Kojal makes the save as he reads that into the midsection.
No, you're just associating their logo with High Note. I'm kidding. He might have played for the Blues.
I think he did.
What a great sweater. 51.2. So, okay, I'm resting a little easier, but we still got a couple more
So you
to
said
figure out.
Prosser. You said Otto.
And we got Danny High Note.
You did? Okay, I can't believe you're not getting the most obvious one.
Well, it's just, that's why, is I'm not getting it because it's obvious. I mean, I went off the board with Joel Otto. What do you want?
Multi-sport star.
Oh, that
Skyberg up the line for Humphrey. I mean, multi-sport star. Do you want me to give you a former Golden Gopher?
Let's finish the period here real quick.
We are. There's a wrist shot by Humphrey across the blocker pad
Riddle?
side. No.
No? You would have had a better clue than that if it was Troy
Poke the
Riddle.
center. I can't believe you can't remember. Get this one.
Stop
Because
it.
you of all people would know.
Well, no, apparently not tonight.
From the corner, in front.
Ooh, little shot on goal by Kotzane to his goaltender. I think they needed perhaps a whistle. It was just a little bit of a misplay. I think the puck rolled off, but it was Kojal that did a nice job of being aware of the situation, just covered it. So they could do a face-off. Just 9.3, but very important final 9 seconds of this period. A lot could be determined in 9 seconds. Edina with an offensive zone face-off.
Played for the Devils. 50-50 puck in the dot. Back up through center ice it goes, and the Penguins as it's sent back in behind the net. And the Sharks. Wyatt Wurst retrieves, and that does it for the period. Oh, my word. A Gopher who played for the Devils, the Penguins, and the Sharks.
Stop it. Just quit it.
And
the more information you give me, the more it's confused.
And he had a beard.
And he had a beard.
Well, no, he ended up getting a beard in San Jose, thinking he started thinking it was Joe Thornton.
I was going to say, Joe Thornton went to Elk River.
And he does really good work with the Shine the Light Foundation.
Oh, come on. Come on. Let's just let's wrap it up. Goal scores that period. Emmett Wurst with his fifth, and Big John DeBow with his first high school varsity goal. I know, you're having way too much fun. Huh?
Paul Martin.
Oh, okay. God, dang it. That should have been my first guess, to be honest.
So now we've got four. So let's go. We've got Otto. We've got Martin. We've got High Note. And
well, why don't we give the final one at the start of the period? That'll keep our viewers engaged, and it'll give me a chance to do a little Google search.
No, there's no Google searches here. We're gonna take your phone.
Got to be straight up.
Okay, so yeah. You said Nate Prosser too, so that's four.
Yep.
There's a fifth one, and he's kind of new to the show.
Okay. That helps.
And he played right out here at the Holiday Classic.
Let me just digest that.
And you've called his name.
Oh, I probably mispronounced it in the same sentence
This
twice.
one you can't mispronounce.
Oh, well, that helps a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Dave Buss just rolls the Zamboni out there.
Yep.
There he goes. We're going to be back in about 12 minutes to start the third period. Edina leads by a score of 2-0. Along with Bart Archer, I'm Pete Wagner, Todd Grover, the best cameraman in the business. And don't forget about following us. We'll get him.
Okay.
Don't forget about following us on Twitter at Abbott Hockey TV with our very own Matty Ice Harrington getting the job done. Sending those tweets out. John Sands, our technical director, working the tweets back home as well. We'll continue with more right after this.
Break your heart to see what we pull out of here every day.
Hey, can you give me some You guys need some help?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
JJ Watt.
What's up, man?
How's it going?
Check it out, man.
Yeah.
What are you guys doing out here?
We're just doing the right thing.
What's the dream?
My dream is for people to think twice before they throw something out.
I appreciate you having me out.
You can swing a mean net, man.
break your heart to see what we pull out of here every day. We're out here 5 days a week, 8 hours a day, cleaning up the water.
You guys need some help?
Sure.
yeah.
No way. JJ, what? What's up, man?
How's it going?
I don't believe it. Good.
JJ.
Come on.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome aboard, baby.
Isn't that for me?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir.
So what are you guys doing out here? What's the whole cleanup about?
Well, we're just doing the right thing. It's a kind of a thankless job. It's out of sight, out of mind. Somebody's got to do it.
What's the dream for the cleanup project?
You know, my dream is for people to think twice before they throw something out.
No problem, boys.
I thought I was gonna have to come over there and show you how to do it.
That's not going to smell good.
Not pleasant.
Great play, baby.
What would you do without these guys?
I would be in trouble. I don't know what I would do. These guys are everything to me.
You ever catch anything?
Brackish waters up in here. I've caught castaneted shrimp.
You eat them?
No.
It's been a good day, fellas. I appreciate you guys having me out here. It's eye-opening to see all the trash and everything that you guys pick up.
For me, it's really not just a job. You know, it's a passion.
I appreciate you having me out.
You can swing a mean net, man.
Appreciate you helping us. It was a long, hot day.
You aren't kidding. It's hot.
Talk about it.
Yeah, the heat's a little different than it is on the field.
High school hockey continues right here at the mnhockey.tv, and we are between periods with Tradition Capital Bank's Dan Fagan. Thanks for joining us here. I know you've got a busy schedule, and we've got a lot of great stuff to talk about. First of all, why don't you share your position with the bank and what you do?
Hey, thanks. Thanks for having me. I'm Dan Fagan, and President and CEO of Tradition Capital Bank.
And in your role, you've obviously have a bank that's a little bit different than other banks. We have a stereotypical thing in our mind, but when it comes down to what you are as a bank, can you kind of share what's different about you and who Tradition Capital Bank is?
Yeah, would be happy to. We started in 2005. We raised $10 million of capital, and we had a vision for being a bank of locally owned investors and bankers that are in our community to come together and create a bank that we would have this idea of doing business with friends and family and expanding that network over time. For us, we are a full-service community bank in the Twin Cities, so you can think of all the services that a Wells Fargo or a U.S. bank would do. We can do those here. But think of it in terms of high-touch, high-service. So we have all the technology, mobile app, online banking. We have loans, deposits, all the types of things you get with a U.S. bank or Wells Fargo bank, you get with us. But when you come in, we know you by name, we recognize you, we give a high level of service, and it's a much different feel. We're a private bank, so we're not a high value, mass marketed bank. We're more unique and more kind of fly under the radar through our friends and family.
And so with that recognition from the client base and how it feels, it definitely, for those that come through your doors, it's a lost art, I think. And have you found as a business with what you offer, you have the technological capabilities of all the big box banks, if you will, but you have the hometown feel that we really don't get in the Twin Cities anymore.
Yeah, no, I would agree. And if you look, if you know the banking world, there's a lot of consolidation happening. So I don't want to think of your Home Depot's taking out the local hardware store, but banks are very similar in that you can get lost as a customer in a big bank. But a bank like ours, we're smaller, we're more nimble, we're very responsive, but yet we're founded by a lot of good business owners in the Twin Cities community. And we have a lot of good bankers here. I myself was a former bank examiner. So we know banking very well, but we are very responsive. We're locally owned, local decision making, and you're not going to get that as much in the Twin Cities here. Other banks are making decisions, some in California, some in Wisconsin, some that take 3 weeks on a turnaround for you. If you come in here, we can talk among our bank and within a few hours get back to you and let you know, hey, this is something we can do. We've done, honest to goodness, we've closed a $10 million loan in a couple of days. Now, we don't do bad loans. We do good loans, but we're very responsive. We had all the information. and we put the transaction together, and that's just not something you're going to get at a big bank.
Well, there's some things that we say we're uniquely Minnesotan, but we also do business Minnesotan as well, so it's really helpful for those Minnesota businesses to know exactly that they have someone with their finger on the pulse of what's really happening here. Let's dig in a little bit deeper into the technology part of things that you have from the consumer, the user perspective. Can you kind of open up the toolkit there? What do you got?
Absolutely. So from a private banking perspective, we obviously have online banking that you could do on a desktop, or we have the kind of online tablet banking, but most importantly, we have our mobile banking app. If you're familiar with some of the larger banks, for example, Bank of America, we actually have the same platform that they use in their online banking. So we have banking where you can look at, obviously, account balances, make payments online. You can make transfers to other individuals. We have a product called Zelle that's very popular among
all
the big
over
banks.
it. We pay our employees with it.
There you go. So we've got Zelle here. So basically all the things you could do at the big banks, the technology's there, and we're implementing them and have that available for us. For our business customers, we also have business online banking, set up ACH originations. Again, client to client, B2B, or individual to individual. We have all those services and technology, but the best part is that you have that hands-on, one-on-one. You need something, you pick up the phone, you dial a number, it's picked up by an individual, we know you, we're responsive, and we can make those things happen, whether it's a wire transfer, whether it's overdraft. If you are out and about, you go away for a weekend, and you forget to transfer money, and you're overdrawn, we're not going to return that check, and we're going to call you and say, hey, what happened? Because we know you. So you have all the tech now. You'll be able to see that, and you'll have probably something pop up on your app, insufficient funds, but you don't have to worry that we're going to return the check. You can call us. We know you. We take care of it. That's what you get when you're with Tradition.
And that's very unique. And you also, from someone picking up the phone, you don't have the phone tree to work through where they say, we didn't get that. Will you try that again? Which is really, for me, I think that's a terrific thing too. As far as where you're going, obviously you've opened up a fabulous facility in Wayzata. You're here in Edina, and are you also somewhere else?
In North Oaks.
North Oaks, that's correct. Anything beyond those three locations? What are you guys thinking there?
So I think right now for the Twin Cities, that's a pretty good market. And again, with technology, you don't need brick and mortar on every corner. In fact, you may not go into the bank as many times as you used to. Now we're here if you need us. The reason we had Edina was our original spot. We went to North Oaks. It was pretty strategic because it was literally across town on the other side to serve kind of the St. Paul market and North Metro. Wayzata was a very unique opportunity that we had a client that had a building and said, hey, you know what, this is a cool little community out here. So we looked to set up a small location. We have about 10 staff, just under 10 staff that are at our Wayzata location, but again, full service banking. In terms of the Twin Cities, that's what we're at kind of right now, but we obviously are always looking at strategic initiatives. What I will say is that, and this is a little bit down the road, but we have a lot of clients that were private bank clients that winter in either Arizona or Naples. And so we are considering putting kind of right now, we can do business down there already, but we are looking at down the road setting up some branch locations because we want to make sure we take care of our clients wherever they're at. And those seem to be some markets that a lot of people are attracted to, and we've had a lot of customer relationships out there. So that's kind of a little thing in the future that we're taking a look at.
Well, so not far away, we have our Edina Jerry's Foods down in Sanibel Island, so why not? The free shameless plug, sorry.
Yes,
hope you're okay with that.
Absolutely.
Kind of the same concept for those of you that appreciate that.
That's exactly what it is. We're Minnesotans. We know this market. We know our people.
Everybody loves that.
And everybody loves that. And if you're going to be out in those other communities dealing with people that are just good, hardworking, good, valued Minnesota people, that's what we're looking to do. And by the way, we have an aging employee base, and some of these employees are looking to go to these communities. So it's a nice way to retain not only our customers, but also some of our employees. And so we see a big opportunity. But also, I think there's a lot of people in those communities that miss kind of that hometown, small town feel. You go in, it's a handshake, you see things. Yes, we need to fill out paperwork and all that, but we do our best to be people of integrity. And when we tell you we're going to do something, we do it. No surprises, handshake, that's the way we do it.
Terrific stuff, Dan. Finally, if I want to get started with you, if I'm a business or a consumer, what's the best way? Just pop in, give you a call? What do you guys prefer?
Either, yeah. We have kind of on our website, you can see kind of the department leads we have here, whether it's a business banking need, private banking need, construction development. Obviously, you can have call us on the phone. The best way is either that or just come in person. We have bankers here on site that if you're not calling us, if you're in the area, pop in. We'll get somebody right away. We always have someone to handle the needs there. So it's literally a phone call. Let us know, and we'll do everything we can to help. If we're not the best fit for you or the best resource, we'll do everything we can to help make that appropriate connection to someone that might better serve you.
That's exactly who these people are, folks. What is that email? Why don't you shoot that out there for everybody? Or email, sorry, website, web address. Why don't you shoot that for us?
www.tradition.bank, B-A-N-K.
Simple enough. Dan, thanks for joining us.
Hey, thanks so much.
Good stuff. Thank you. We'll be back with more high school hockey coming up right after this. Here we go. We get ready to start the third period. Matt Harrington all over me like the cheap suit, Bart Archer.
Well, if anybody can wear a cheap suit, it's you, P. Wagner.
Oh, nobody could wear it better.
Edina opened the scoring. It was Emmett Worse with his fifth from Nolan Williams, and then it was John DeVoe getting his first high school goal from Jackson Bors. That's where he said 2-0 shots on goal that period. Elk River with 4, two-period total of 11. Edina put 12 on the board for a two-period total of 24. Very good indicators who was controlling the play in that second period. Edina kind of tightened the screws on this Elk River team. Elk River's got to get something positive pretty early, Pete. At least put some pressure on Loudon Hope.
The second period, third period, 5-on-5. As it's controlled back out across the line. Michaelis misses the mark.
Well, and they had numbers coming in. I don't know who was offsides. It might have been one of his wingers, but again, it kind of gets back to if you have an odd man situation, you're moving the puck forward. You have to pay particular attention to stay on sides. Otherwise, you're just shooting yourself in the foot. Good flow so far, 10 seconds into the period.
Hornets control.
Just kidding.
Boltman. Gunnar Johnson. Deflected in by Overman. Here comes Williams. Greniak is going to let that go. He's so good in transition, makes good reads, knows when to and when not to. Off the boards. Now it's controlled by Gunnar Johnson. Now turned back over. They look in front toward the slot area as that's off his stick. Now Williams. Overman takes over. There's that wet part of the ice again. It's going to... Oh, that was a feed across just offside at the line, but it's tough to break out of the zone on the left wing side for the Hornets or the right wing side for the Elks.
Well, it's just
it slows it down.
And it's not in just one area, too. Now it seems to be stretching into kind of the neutral zone area. Not quite as pronounced, but still,
it's all the way down.
Gets into your thoughts. But you're right, it can't have an effect on breakouts or attacks.
We're not intentionally trying to belabor the point. It's just it's a part of the game that's, as we narrate what we see. Shot in on goal. Kozel to save the rebound. 2 late goals in the second period by the Edina Hornets have been the difference. This one was 0-0 for really the first almost 30-plus minutes of this hockey game.
Yeah, and it was 50-50 at that point, but Edina started to kind of turn up the heat in the last 8-9 minutes of that second period.
Now it's going to be Wyatt Worst to push that down, and back up through center ice they go. Off the boards and played back in behind. Now it's going to be Williams with it. Nicholas Williams, long pass. Positioning himself there off the wing was Borst. Williams back on the puck. Clark gathers it in. Goes east-west with it. He's checked. Edina back up ice. And now that's off the stick of Dahl. No ice on the play. Foot race forward off the end boards. Nice positional play there by Hughes. Elks will shovel to the left wing side as they try to play to center. Coming away and dumping that back in for the Hornets is Clark. Swung back around. And flipped up high in the air. Ooh, near high stick there. And now they're going to carry this one from the right wing and send that back in behind. Body goes down, and the hays were flying from the parent section.
They wanted a roughing penalty at Clark.
Now it's going to be Gunnar Johnson's shot that's deflected. Clark plays that back up for Boltman. Back over for Johnson. Quick shot that's blocked and played off and chopped off the boards. That's going to get through Gunnar Johnson. Back in behind. No ice on the play. Boltman will gather it in. Through center he goes. Great speed across the line. Protects and turns away. Now Overman with it. Worst from the right corner. Worst plays this one back up to the line. Rink wide. Boltman. Now there's Wyatt Worst's shot. Deflected rebound. That one misses the mark. Overman tried to play that one through back to the line. Boltman, good pressure by the Hornets. 2 shifts in a row as that deflects up and over.
Well, Boltman has just such a strong skating style, and he can push the puck up in a hurry. Using his defensive partner, Wyatt Worst, he went cross ice to him in the offensive zone. And one thing I really like about Wyatt Worst is he didn't take the big slapper. He just redirected the puck toward the net, put some pressure, made the goaltender make some saves. A young man that's that young and inexperienced at the varsity level is making some pretty heady plays out there. Doing a great job.
Puck will be chopped around the boards. Nice play by Williams off the right point. Gets a shot in on goal. As it's behind the net, bumped off the boards. Borst finds Stone. Back up for Williams. Wrister, that misses the mark. Borst will watch the carom. Borst muscles his way through traffic. That's blocked up high. This third period has found the Elks kind of hemmed in their own zone.
Well, the ice is a little tilted to Edina's advantage.
There's Humphrey. Causes the turnover. Back to center ice he goes. Wyatt Worst breaks him up. Stone chops that off the boards. Down goes Stone. Now to the right wing side they go. They look back over for Nicholas Williams to the slot. Clark shot right into the midsection of Kojal. Nice setup. Big shot and a big save.
Well, Nicholas Williams played a really outstanding game tonight. Very good vision on the ice. He saw Clark breaking in, left-handed shot, put it right on the tape in stride. He let one go on Kojal. Kojal did a nice job of tracking that puck, receiving it, an area rebound. But really a nice sequence of moving the puck to the open man by the Edina Hornets.
Back up into the corner it goes. Poked away. We're going to play that off the glass and back into the Edina zone it goes. Will that be an icing? No, oh, he's going to wash it, then decided to go with it.
Well, if they just shoot it down the right wing side, it probably would have stopped and not been. No, I'm kidding. But
well, in a couple more minutes, we'll have the snow on the left, so we're good.
Yeah. But Elk River really hasn't been able to get out of their zone cleanly. Edina's just on them in a hurry, and they're coming at them in good angles. Everybody's kind of playing their role and really making it very difficult for Elk River to manage their way out of the zone with any possession or speed.
Enriquez to Henches, back up the right wing side. Bounding puck in on Hogue. He's just going to be content to cover that one up.
That was a great save by Hogue. No, I'm kidding, but he had Blake Johnson kind of closing down, and it was a good time. It was kind of the end of the shift, so the goaltender cognizant enough to hold on to the puck and allow the coaches to get some new blood out on the ice. But Michaelis is in the face-off dot against Emmett Worst. Good time for Elk River to get something going offensively.
Those two have had a great battle in the squared circle with the face-offs all night.
I agree.
And they're each, when they beat each other, they're winning clean.
Yep.
At center, there's Humphrey, gets away from a check, stood up on the play. Michaelis looks in front, that's off the stick of Frittel. Now it's going to be Williams with it. Nicholas Williams to brother Nolan off Overman's stick. He's going to work his way through two players. Nice play, though, by Skyberg to fight that off, but the Hornets very strong down low. There's Worst up high. Quick shot. Koschel the save. Rebound. Puck's loose. They fire that one right back into him. What a great opportunity there. But give Overman credit again, the wrecking ball.
Yeah. Well, they certainly are aware when he's in front of the net because he's creating all kinds of havoc. But a nice sequence once again by Edina. Good quick shot, forcing the goaltender to make a save, and then it kind of got a little owly for Elk River, but they did a good job of battening down the hatches, and Kozel did a nice job to fight through some legs and sticks to get to that puck and cover at 11:49 left in this third period. Edina up by 2. It's been all Edina so far this period.
Gunnar Johnson, or 11:42 to go. We wind that clock down. 2-0 leads, nothing to get too comfortable with. But the way they're playing, I mean, the best defense is a good offense.
Well,
we hear that, but geez.
And they're being patient. I mean, they're pushing the pace, but they're being patient. They're not forcing anything. So they're doing the things that leaders do, I guess. If you're leading in the game, instead of playing catch-up, they're doing a good job of kind of barring the door and cutting the ice in half.
They're protecting the lead quite nicely.
That's a efficient way to say it. I don't generally migrate that direction, but you did very well.
By the way, our trivia question, you got it?
Well, if I told you I got it, it would be...
well, just say yeah. Fake me out. Just lie.
No. I was given the answer. Gentleman's name is Hillman.
Blake Hillman.
Yep.
Just signed, I believe, with the Chicago Blackhawks, was it?
Good for him. Congratulations to him.
And the point leader would be Joel Otto.
Yeah.
He had like 595 points, maybe 195 goals along the way, too.
He might have been a penalty minute leader in that group.
Oh, they were so good. The Calgary Flames. We'll see a former Flame in Paul Ranheim tomorrow night behind the bench of the Eden Prairie Eagles.
Boy, Heimer could probably still come out here and play with these guys.
Really?
Yeah.
Best skater in the game.
Yeah, he was exceptional.
Puck rattles its way back in. There was an article where they were trying to name the best skater, and they couldn't diss Paul Coffey in 1992.
Okay.
So they said, okay, Coffey's the best veteran skater, and Ranheim's the best younger player skater.
Oh, there you go. That's a nice feather in the cap. Ooh,
that
off
was
the
off.
cranium.
Yeah, absolutely. Back behind, here's Humphrey with it. He looks back to the slot area. Now it's Dahl with it from the right wing side. Humphrey bulldozes him. But nice job by Humphrey to go down and get the smaller guy and not get an elbow in the ear hole.
That's a good call. Austin Humphrey very engaged tonight.
He has been solid for his squad.
Provides some balance.
Michaelis across the line, looks to the high slot. That's off Worst. Stick Love down. That works its way through, steered aside by Hogue. Now Worst comes away with it, guides it along for Overman, who takes this up the left wing side with speed. Here's Overman across the line, carries this to a shallow angle. That deflects up and off the netting and brings us a whistle.
Well, Overman showed some good speed, but Stroh went stride for stride, forced him to the outside and really forced that shot. But it was off Stroh's stick, so it's going to stay in the Elk River zone. But I thought he did a nice job of pacing that forward, coming out of the zone with some energy. So Elk River's done a lot of really good things tonight. Holding Edina to 2 goals the way that Edina is playing is a bit of a feather, but they just have to get that first tally on the board and get a little energy. Something positive for all their hard work is what they need.
Enriquez plays that through traffic. There's noise in front of Kozel as here come the Elks as they pull that one out of the zone. Back in across the line. That's off the stick. All the way back up. Offside, delayed. Freebie out of the zone. Here come the Hornets. Worst cuts that one over to the left wing side. Now it's Overman. Overman turns back to the near boards, plays back in behind. Nice job to cut that off, but Worst fishes out of the corner. Here's Worst protecting the big frame. Gets us up to Henches. Over for Enriquez. Shot it on goal. They nearly got a redirect on that one out of Nolan Williams, but there's Kozel to make the save.
Gentlemen? No, but you're right. I thought Nolan Williams put in a good shift on that one. Nolan Williams got his first goal last night, has an assist tonight, being offensively relevant, playing a good, solid two-way game.
Back behind the net it goes.
Boy, between you and Jerry Burrows, I think I got a couple arrows in my back tonight.
What are you talking about?
Oh, he was all over me earlier. You leaving me hanging on the trivia questions.
Love it.
I know.
Here's Enriquez.
Funny.
Nice feed to Jones off of Borst. And up the ice they go. There's a chance in front that's defensed, and here come the Elks with tempo and pace through center. Cross the line, just disrupted enough. Puck rolled up on the oncoming Caden Casey. Boy, he's a nice-looking player, isn't he?
Oh, I am very impressed with the young man coming in. It was Williams that was actually kind of forced offside by Edina, looking for an interference penalty. But you're right, Pete. He's been very, very good tonight. A lot of Elk River players have had a good showing in the last 2 nights. Look for that trend to continue, but they just need something positive, as we said.
Rink wide they go. That's Worst to Williams, back to Worst. Wyatt Worst now over for Williams across center. Nicholas Williams, shots deflected. There's Willie Johnson, scores! Going to the net, making good things happen. Willie Johnson buries for the Edina Hornets. It's now 3-1.
Well, Clark did a nice job to scoot the puck over, but it was a bit of a race, and Willie Johnson kind of kicked in the afterburners, got to that puck for the redirect. He had plenty of net to shoot for. It's just a question whether he could get to that puck in time, but he showed some good quickness and some speed to get on that puck, redirected in. Now it's 3-0, 8:16 left in this third period. Elk River's got to get rolling here, Pete.
3-0 in favor of Edina. As that was Willie Johnson with his first of the season. Second?
Yep.
My bad.
You're forgiven.
Second of the season. 8 minutes remain now in the third.
Like it.
Michaelis deep into the corner. And now here comes Willie Johnson from the left wing. Clark with an assist, and Nicholas Williams with an assist. To the net they go.
Yeah, I thought Clark got the primary on that one. But I'd have to imagine it's kind of a charge for somebody like John DeVoe, who scored his first varsity goal, and have somebody like Pat Milan calling the actual goal. That's got to be kind of a little bit of an enhancement to an already pretty cool situation. Pat Milan's kind of a legend.
He owns this place.
Yes, he does.
He does.
We're just renters.
Ooh, oh my word. Where'd that whistle come from?
It came pretty quick, didn't it?
The puck was still loose. I should have hit the replay button on that one. Sorry, I was trying to look for the referee's explanation. Puck was pushed through, and they tried to advance it through with Nolan Williams going to the net.
Yeah, Edina had some numbers down low.
Off the glass it goes into Edina territory, and icing will be your call. We'll reset one more time.
That's kind of funny. Gunnar Johnson tried to give the premise that he was skating at full speed and he was going about 50%, but he sold it. They called the whistle. I'm not sure he could have caught up with that puck anyway, but he wanted to make sure that the whistle was going to be blown. Offensive zone faceoff to Kojal's right. 7:30 left in third period.
Enriquez now has it. Look to his right, plays that back in behind. They got a man in front. Strong play off the end boards. They look to the slot, right into the teeth of the defensive coverage of the Elks, and back through center they go. In front of the bench area. Now it's Overman. He had Worst with him, who will toe the line. Overman now to the corner, drop pass for Worst. Wrist shot that's turned aside by Kojal. Back behind the net they go with it. Enriquez steps up with a fine play there. And now across the line. That shot in on goal, stopped by, once again, Loudon Hogue. Don't want to say it, but we'll wait on that.
Good block by Henches.
Came through, and he knocked that down, and icing will be your call.
Well, pretty nice shift from the defensive pair for Edina. That's Enriquez and Henches. Did a nice job. Henches did a nice job of pacing with the player, forcing him to the outside. He did put the puck between the legs, but an easy one for Loudon Hogue to manage. And then, again, a good stick down in the corner really kept this Elk River team at bay.
It's been a long time. Gunnar Johnson plays that one ahead. I'll wait on that one. In front of the bench area, it's cut off. The Elks will play this one through. Johnson again, now Boltman. Long pass for Borst. Cuts back against the grain. Oh, he nearly had a man down low. But great job. Bodies taking passing lanes away by the Elks. Borst couldn't quite handle that one. I was going to say, we're getting to the stage here where Hogue has not yet allowed a goal here in this Holiday Classic.
As we try to find wood to knock on, but he hasn't.
I know.
He really hasn't been challenged too much in this third
Would you
period.
quit knocking on my baseball hat here?
Yeah. It sounded hollow. I'm kidding.
Well, of course. Clark now off the turnover. Ooh, gets away from a would-be checker. He's good at that. That was Kotzane. That looked like he was going to develop him there, but instead we play on. Back up high into the neutral zone it goes. It's going to be Boltman to the left wing for Willie Johnson. He fed that pass over the left side and kind of admired it as he went to the bench. Love it. Now it's going to be a shot that went up over the glass. As long as you're going to the bench and you're admiring it, it's cool, right?
Well, as long as you're not putting your team in any peril, it's just fine.
Shot it on goal. That's stopped by Kojal. He's been busy here in the third.
Yeah, indeed he has. It could be 5 or 6 with all the pressure that Edina's putting on. I think Elk River competing quite well, but Edina just seems to be winning the battles to the loose pucks and turning in transition and putting some shots toward the net. Coach Motzko, 5:07 left in the third period. He's still here watching the game.
Wants to see how they finish.
Oh, absolutely. It's very important. Even when you're up by 3 goals or down by 3 goals, it's important how you play.
Wyatt Worst turns. Ooh, there's a shot that's deflected wide. Illies guides it along for Rugemer. Rugemer looks up ice as he was stopped on the play, and back up they go. The Elks through center. Greniak wanted to make a dangle on Wyatt Worst, stopped him there, but now it's going to be picked up. There's a shot in on goal. That one taken by Grassel.
That was a pretty good shot. In fact, a left-handed shot, right side, just from the dot, put a good shot on. But Loudon Hogue hasn't seen much action this period. Came up with a pretty good save on that one.
In a word, if you're to ask me what my takeaway here from the Edina team is over these 2 games at the Holiday Classic, I think it's hard to reserve what a team is going to be. We saw them open the season against Medill St. Margaret's, and they looked solid. They had some tough games along the way at the Turkey Trot as well. But I think this is a team that, in a word, has depth.
Well, I don't disagree with that at all. Plus, they don't play the easiest schedule either. So, they're going to have some bumps along the road, but as long as they continue to get better, which it looks like they are, but you're right, it's by committee more than it is just the focused players.
Nice exit there by the Hornets. Puck back off a stick. Now it's controlled by Henches as he plays that one ahead. No ice on the play as they'll get a partial change back in behind. Elks will regroup with 3:45 to go. Back at center. Nice job by Boltman to cut that one off. Plays with such confidence and strength on the puck.
Even if he has a miscue, he recovers and he continues to play. Very impressive.
It's not risky, but it's on the edge.
Well, it's calculated risk with confidence.
Correct.
He has a lot of confidence in his abilities, and he's showing his wares
It's
tonight.
great to watch.
It's fun to watch.
It's been fun watching him just get better and better over the years here, and here he is right now. And even this year, I'm sure he'll say, yeah, I've always – but he's playing terrific here these 2 hockey games. 2 best I've seen him ever play. Back across the line. Stone with it. Elks will turn that one over as they'll take it up ice with 2:57 to go in the period. Back across the line to the trailer. Scores! Michaelis breaks the shutout streak. Go ahead, blame me. That's fine.
Yeah. Apparently it must have been simulated wood that we were knocking on, but it was Michaelis from Humphrey. Humphrey did a nice job. Good awareness of where his teammate is. Went wide on the left side, on the left wing, and just put it on Michaelis' stick. And from the left hash mark, he just put one up over the shoulder of Loudon Hogue. First tally against him in this tournament, but at least they earned it. It was a good play. It wasn't a dirty goal at all. 2:52, 2 good shots away. Still time for Elk River if they can kind of get rolling here. But Edina, I'm sure this is going to refocus them and get them back on point.
Williams, Worst off the boards and icing the call.
Boy, 9 goals on the year for Michaelis already. Obviously a featured player and a focused player in this Elk River squad, but if you think about like Steves and Clark for Edina, they're at the 5, 6, and 7 mark, and he's at 9, so he's been very effective. timeout called by Coach Gustafson in Elk River. So 2:41 left. I like that call. Settle the kids down. They didn't quell the momentum and the good feelings and stuff, but they can make one final push. All they need to do is get the next one within about a minute or so, and then they can pull their goalie, get the extra attacker, and maybe pull one out, put this thing into overtime. Got some work to do, but they're certainly capable of doing it. But the way Edina's played this period, I don't think it's going to be easy for Elk River in any way, shape, or form. But Edina didn't seem like they were too they were let down that they allowed them to get that kind of an opportunity and ruin the shutout for Loudon Hogue, I'm sure. But they're going to get back to point and get refocused.
It's been a thoroughly impressive third period, though, if you're a Hornet backer.
Absolutely.
Where they just, had tempo and pace in the offensive zone, created a ton of chances, and Josh Kojal has been really good.
Yeah, he's been fantastic.
And he's had to deal with a lot of traffic and deflections and all kinds of crazy things there.
And really, we've seen some great goaltending in so far in these first two nights. But Pete, we talked about it a little bit before, but this is a different Edina team from last year. Last year they had, sequences where they would really make opponents look kind of dusty a little bit. But this is a different team. This is more of a lunch pail group with some skill, and they're working very hard, and they seem to kind of be getting a feel for each other. So good things to come. But it's more by committee, as we talked about, instead of just one line that gets the focus.
Humphrey now. Net is empty. Greniak's shot's blocked. Up high it goes. Now it's going to be Greniak. Oh, Michaelis wanted the one-timer. Ooh, look at the tape job he's got going there. That is something. Oh, that's so great. Old school, just around
Peter
the toe.
Klima. Oh.
No, I'm going. Yeah, you're going the candy cane. That's fine. He's got that too. Too bad Todd Grover can't hear us. But when we get in on this faceoff, but he's got it just around the toe of the stick.
Yeah, I remember Bobby Orr just had one strip of black tape by the heel. That was it.
And so,
I
some
tried
did
doing
this.
that. It didn't quite
some
work.
did it off the toe. It's old school, man.
Yeah, I like it.
The Klima candy cane, though.
I
At least
thought
he's
that's
not
where
wearing
you're
the
going.
At least he's not wearing the garbage can Jofa helmet. There's a shot that's wide of the mark.
I wonder how many people remember Peter Klima.
You did.
Oh, absolutely.
And I did. 85. Bounding puck. That nearly found its way through. 2:02 to go. Left wing side. It's Michaelis. Greniak gets it back to Michaelis. In on goal. A nice glove save made there.
That was a pretty nice shot by Michaelis. He was about 2 strides in from the blue line and put a wrist shot on, and that had some velocity. You could hear that hit Loudon Hogue's glove. Really good save by Loudon Hogue. Not a difficult one, but boy, that shot had a little torque on it.
Oh, near chance to break this one through center. Borst off the post and icing the call. Borst's stick got right into the linesman's hip. He was thrilled about that one.
Well, if he was a golfer and had a little draw on that one, that would have been that might have been a birdie, but it just didn't trail back enough off the post. And
look at you going to the putting green.
Well, I missed golf already.
You can hardly wait, can you?
1:44 left in this period. Empty net for Elk River. They got the extra attacker. They're doing a pretty good job of keeping the puck in the Edina zone so far.
Hey, days get longer tomorrow now. We're on our way out. Humphrey, 133. Greniak, Humphrey, backdoor. That one, they went up high and missed the mark. Skyberg down the wall. Nice job to keep there. Shot blocked. There's a big save. 2 big saves by Hogue. Look out. Net's open. Gets back. They take a couple of swings at that one. Scramble fast in the Edina zone right now with 1:12 to go. Check thrown off the end boards. The Hornets look to try to clear. The best sustained pressure here by the Elks so far. Borst will walk in. Scores! Nearly got stopped on his way in, but Jackson Borst does the job. Gets it done, and the Hornets with the empty netter go on to win by a score of 4-1.
Well, one thing I like about what Jackson Borst did on that one is he won the foot race with Greniak coming in, but then he used his body to really limit whatever defense might have been available. Showed some good patience, went around the outstretched elk in his stick and just put it into the net. As Greniak, good effort to try to close that gap, but just couldn't make it happen. 4-1 now, Edina. And Jackson Borst, that's going to be his second goal, but he's really turned in a good effort tonight, made a lot of good decisions, finally got rewarded with a tally for a lot of hard work tonight.
That one too far for Henches, the 4-1 lead for Edina. 45 seconds to go. Worst chops that away. Now out of the zone they go with Nolan Williams. Oh, look out. Chipped that one right up in the bench area.
Well, as long as you don't hit coach, you're okay.
I go back to the depth of Edina. They've been playing 3-4 lines most of the time here tonight. They've had 6 D-men out there.
Well, the thing I like about it is when they do go through the full bench, they aren't losing momentum or losing any energy, and I think as a coach, that's what you really want. It'll give you more of a propensity to keep rolling the lines if they keep getting positive results.
Nolan Williams bids late here in the game as Kojal gets the big blocker pad down on that one. Sent right back in by Enriquez, wide of the mark. Set up behind the net for Stroh as he's going to be flushed by Worst, but nice feed to get away from him onto the stick of Hughes. 5 to go in the period. Back in across the line. Enriquez plays to the left wing side, open wing, and that's going to do it. Hornets with a convincing 4-1 win. And tomorrow it's going to be a Section 7 AA game with plenty of implications to open up at 6 o'clock with these Elk River Elks and the Grand Rapids Thunderhawks. Then tomorrow it's going to be Eden Prairie and Edina at 8:30. I mean, that's how it's going to be packed in here. It's going to be wild. We're going to have a ton of viewers, as well we should.
Well, it's been a great 2 nights of hockey, and I expect tomorrow we'll amp it up even another notch, so don't miss it. But Elk River against Grand Rapids, great matchup. And then, obviously, to round out the tournament, Eden Prairie against Edina, which is one of our favorite games to call all year long. Absolutely.
And don't forget, tomorrow, hockey action on the MNHockey.tv starts at 11:30 with 4 big ones from the Trier Rink in St. Paul. We're going to have the American Family Insurance Catholic Boys Hockey Showcase. We'll have a game at 2:30 here from Braemar with the Edina Girls in North Wright County. We'll have these 2 games we mentioned, and also Minnetonka and Chaska.
A lot going on.
That's right. As we take you into the holiday season, we look forward to that here. Once again, your final score, Edina 4 and Elk River 1. That's going to do it for tonight's coverage. Thanks to everybody for joining us, and for our entire crew, from Matt Harrington to Todd Grover to Bart Archer. I'm Pete Wagner. Good night, everybody.